Mother versus Holy Mountain.
The Holy Mountain.
The Holy Mountain.
Yes.
A couple holies in.
Really worthy pairing.
Yep.
As far as craziness goes.
Yep.
I gotta give it to the Holy Mountain.
You want to know the secret. They speak of holy mountains.
Why? Why do I? Because there are portions of Mother, which actually make logical sense. There are...
I would say, in its internal logic, lots of it makes sense.
Even if you just took a snapshot from it, if you took several different 45-second clips of Mother, you wouldn't necessarily know you were in a batshit crazy movie. Maybe not from the last third of it, but from the first third of it, it could be a drama. It could be, you know, a quiet little indie mood piece. Not so of the Holy Mountain.
What I think is sort of an interesting thing as we get into like sort of these Clash of the Titans, like the really crazy movie versus the really crazy movie, and that's where we are right now.
Right.
It is such a judgment call of
Yeah.
like, what do you consider crazy? And we keep trying to impose these rules, and I think it's kind of an interesting exercise. Like, what does one person think is crazy? A guy in a completely black helmet who can use magical powers to choke people from across the room while he flies around in a space station that can blow up other planets. Like, that's crazy. But, like, we love it.
Did we watch that movie?
We did not. But I'm just saying, like, that's crazy, but but we love it because of the internal logic of it.
Right.
And so, like, Holy Mountain has an internal logic to it. Like, he is in pursuit of immortality. And, like, it is explained that, like, when he shits in the bowl, like, what it is, like, his waste material has value. And that, like, he needs to go... Like, there is a philosophical dialogue that takes place to justify why it is what it is.
You are excrement. You can change yourself into gold.
So there is an internal logic in it. It's just... I guess it's... What do we perceive as being more crazy than another thing? And, like, this is, like, Eye of the Beholder type stuff.
It is. And also, I'm contradicting myself a little bit because, as I said before, what was crazy to me about Mother was the extreme tonal shifts, which now I'm sort of using against it a little bit in its crazy factor, because I'm saying, because the tone of much of the first... you know, half of the movie feels somewhat explicable, that it's somehow less crazy. Whereas I could make the argument, though, that it makes it more crazy because then there's such a huge leap to the end of the film,
right,
where there are so many what the fuck moments. But to me, The Holy Mountain was an entire what the fuck moment. Start to finish. I was sitting either, you know, on the edge of my seat or with my eyes covered going, what the fuck?
And I'll say also, part of the reason Holy Mountain is also so crazy is because I started to say this before, how it takes place in our world.
Right.
Which it does. In particular, it has lots of references to political things that are going on now, in particular religious stuff. There's this whole Christ figure thing.
Very much so.
So it's very rooted in the issues and things that are taking place in our world now. So it takes place on top of our existing world.
With references that we can place, that we can...
Right.
That we can recognize, whereas...
So that factory of crucifixes and, like, that's crazy imagery.
Yeah.
But, like, the crucifix is an image that we can have a connection to in our lives.
Because the same could be true with the political stuff and the religious stuff in Mother.
Totally could. And it's interesting, though, but there's no like, the imagery like that as, like, when they eat the baby, like, first of all, it's fucking really insane that is a thing that happens.
Yeah.
But, like, what makes it super crazy is that Jennifer Lawrence plays that for real.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that is what happened.
Yeah.
It's not a parable for her at all.
No.
It like you watch her soul cracking apart. Like it's really, really a devastating performance what she's doing in that.
Murder! It's time to get the fuck out of my house!
It sort of exists. It's insular because it folds back on itself and it does the thing where it's like gonna happen again. Also, it's so insular that like when the camera is like above their house, there's no roads leading to the house. It's utterly isolated in every way, shape, and form. So it's apocalyptic, but it's also not. It's safely a parable. It's not in our world. Whereas Holy Mountain is like an artist imposing his poetic vision on our world. I'm going to say it's Holy Mountain.
You had me confused there for a second.
No, it's Holy Mountain.
All right.
It's crazier.
I think it's Holy Mountain.
And thus, round 3 cometh to its inevitable end. What batshit craziness does round 4 have in store? You won't want to miss episode 28. The cook, the thief, his wife, and her lover versus Bahubali.